Cool. I wonder if I get copyright struck if I if I play the in-game music. I haven't done that in a really long time. Uh, Give me a second. Let me. Yeah. Do I want it? Oops. Wrong button. How's it going? Wow, the desktop audio this time is actually capturing really low. Interesting. Okay, this isn't too bad. I haven't listened to this music in a really long time. Today is a safe third place. Oh, congrats. Congrats on the third place. I can finally take this thing off. 2 and 4 is 500 wave difference. Yeah, that seems like that would probably be a pretty safe spot. Oops. There it is. Changing from super thick robe to a little bit more chillax robe. It's been so long since I've actually listened to the music. It'll probably be first. Yeah, I'm probably going to be first. It doesn't look like in my particular bracket that it's going to be any sort of danger. So yeah, I'm wave 5k and I've got a 1300 wave difference. I think I'm pretty solid. That kitty. Oh, that was the person who was like, "How dare you be in my bracket?" So we had some fun over on the tower Discord. I've gotten so busy that I haven't been on the main tower Discord really a whole lot recently. It's usually on the my Discord and then just trying to play the game during the week. And I wonder if... Oh, I can display the frame rate. All right. I haven't done this in a while, so... So my frame rate is only... Oh. That's not good. Okay, it's going up to 60, but it seems like it's just camping around like 20, 30. Ugh. Settings. Let's see if there's something that I can do in settings here that could, I might have to change some of my settings here. Standard mode, 60 frames per second. That might actually be beneficial to boost it up to that. I want to see about some other... I'll try it on the UG phone later and see what kind of... if there's any FPS limiters on it. Nice. Overcharged, didn't get a chance to shoot me. That makes me happy. But let me see here. The last couple... let's see. Okay, that's not the website. I think I need to pull up Discord here and grab the actual link. Let's see here. So this last tournament? Oh. Let's see. So right now, it looks like my goal is if I can hit around 6K, that'll be a really good spot. Greeny looks like he's at 6.3K. Sky is insane, and he's at 7.3K. Oh, man. This guy is just another level of insanity. It looks like everyone else after that is around like 6.5 or below. Let's see, last tournament. Last tournament, I was at wave 5,918. Wait, how did... Oh, because he's almost 99 waves below me. Yeah. So, 5.9. Okay. $5,918. So hopefully I can get about 6K in this tournament. Hopefully more. I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, I probably should abandon the death wave cooldowns. Bender, welcome to the party. How are you doing this morning? Getting into afternoon in some areas? Actually, I'm going to take the frames per second down. Hopefully that helps with processing things a little faster. But yeah, I'm hoping... hopefully I get about the same number of waves. Maybe a little bit more. Did my Berserker trigger for me? That's where it's at right now. So, yes, no. Like they just been scratching me? Oh, man. I was laughing about that earlier. I was like, yeah, this is taking a while for Zerk to charge for me. Let's see, we've got the heat conditions here, so let's take a look at that while the game's running in the background. Energy shield down, that's... So at least I have a decent chance that... Just spend those 10 keys. Is that all I have, 10 keys? No, I've got 100 keys. Bonzo, welcome. Did you listen to that song that I sent you? Obviously, you can't play it on YouTube, but... hopefully you enjoyed it. Oh, and right now I'm running without black hole active, so you can see what the crowd control looks like without the black hole. And of course I've got poison swamp, so there's lots of stuns going around as well. But will today? Nice. Oh, it looks like I got a... maybe something chipped into my wall a little bit. It looks like I got a little bit of a tiny charge. But yeah, so far it looks like my smart missiles are doing a pretty good job at keeping enemies pretty decently at range. And actually, Bonzo, since you're here, one of the sneak peek into tomorrow's thing is I'm finally finishing up at the Chronofield Range Lab. I finally hit a point where I actually have to finish this, or I can't progress reliably into the next tiers of farming. So I had it at 45 meters for like ever and a half, and I'm finally increasing that now. Which feels absolutely wild. It looks like my range is right about, let's see. Yeah, it's showing my mouse. Good. Right about at that point. It's kind of hard to see with all the other graphics going on. Ooh. I've done a little bit. I'm gonna actually be doing some probably more like off-screen, because I've been, as soon as I finish out Chronofield range, I want to be testing tier 19, tier 20 farming, and if those aren't reliable, I'm gonna jump onto Ugphone and see how reliable farming on that is. Because I'm suspecting that occasionally I'll get like a drop where everything just lags for a moment and then it resumes. So like not enough to affect coins per se, but enough to allow like a fast or something like an ultimate fast that's amping up another enemy like a scatter or tank or whatever to just rush in and take me out. So I've been having some issues with the intro sprint aspect of those tiers. They haven't been reliable for me. And I know that I should be able to get them up to a point where they're reliable, but I'm not quite certain if that's purely because of Chronofield radius not being done, or if there's a lag in the phone itself. But I actually do have it pulled up on the side. It's just not pulled up where I'm actually running the phone itself. So that's going to be probably a thing through the next month or so that I'll be running. I've been getting random pause lag problems a lot too. Not just cloud phone, but emulator too. Oh, okay, so it's not just the emulator then. Okay. So I wasn't getting too much of those issues with Redfinger, but I think it might have been running like a higher OS level? Like Android 11 or 12? We got a Sab rolling around on my wall. That's always intimidating because it's like, I know these guys are super tanky and they're obnoxious. I forgot if I have, do I have the free up card? I do not in my tournament setup. Okay. So that's why I can't lock things. Bummer. But now that I think about it, I don't know if I had Ancestral for SD last time. So this will be actually really interesting. It's too bad that Amplifying Strike is just for bosses. It would be nice if it was like fleets as well as a bunch of other stuff. Fleets, elites, bosses. But it looks like I'm starting to take some a little bit. 195. So I've got some more damage to be gained. Yeah, the first part of the tournament, there wasn't a whole lot going on, so I was like, let's skip part to the... do some stuff around the house, and then, yeah. I don't think so. I think it's just bosses. Oh, okay, bosses and elites. Okay, so, yeah, no, that was my bad. It does. It doesn't go off for fleets. It's funny when Thunderbot goes off, just everything stands still. Amazing CC, but it's test. No. But Bonzo was right. It's bosses and elites, just not fleets. For some reason, I thought it was just bosses, but it's good that it's both. Yeah. Are you just running farming gear for tournament? No, this should be this should be my tournament setup. Looks good. That's tournament. Yeah. Nothing in there as far as, yeah. Change my YouTube. Oh, probably. This is my old... Yeah, you might want to change it back. Doesn't seem to stun anything. Just, let's see. Yep, Poison Swamp, but it is a percentage. So... I think, let's see. Slows... what is the stun percent? Shoot. Yeah, it's a 80% chance. So I think they tend to do like a bulk. It's like all or nothing with Poison Swamp stuns. So like all the enemies will get stunned or just they won't be. So I don't think it's per enemy. And I think it's just kind of like a proc that the Poison Swamp puts out. And it might be limited to like 1 per Poison Swamp. So yeah, it looks like it went from this one over here to this one. And it got stunned right around there. So we can actually see the full thing. So yeah, you can tell how they kind of get stunned as they reach the next one, the 34. And oh, once it goes to 34, and send that over to Ryan. What's my main damage source? So I can just pull that up right over here. Game's still running in the background. So just note, chain lightning damage and smite damage are calculated together. So some of this is just the smite procs are adding a lot of extra damage in there. So this isn't just from chain lightning damage itself. I've got a decent amount coming from swamp, a little bit from inner landmines. Smart missiles, a little struggling at this point, but as far as like the main raw damage, probably coming from like orbs, death ray, anything that's going to be doing wave based damage. And I don't have it running right now, but if I had OA running, then that would also be doing wave damage. So yeah, bleeding enemies out pretty significantly. But as far as fleets go, I think the main chunk of my damage for those enemies are probably smart missiles. But you know, lots of different damage sources that are adding up. And just from Space Displacer, I'm able to get inner landmine damage. That's actually my ears. Is the music too loud for you guys? The resurrection song. That's what you're referring to. Yeah. My ear. So what were your thoughts on it? Other than obviously not being good for YouTube. Did you get a kick out of the tongue roll part on that song? Let's see how you pushed your base damage over 1Q. I'm pretty stuck at. So part of it's enhancements. Obviously there's Berserk card that adds in there. Masteries. It's ridiculously hilarious. It's a beautiful song. But yeah, as far as like the base damage over 1Q is just, there is a lot that's playing into that. Masteries, and then on top of that, I've got assist mods. I've been leveling those up. So I've got, 2 modules. Their effects are multiplicative with each other, so it really cranks up the base damage. And then there's, amplifying strike. That adds a chunk in there. That's why you see going up and down, because I haven't been killing a boss recently. And yeah. Yeah, Power Wolf is good times. And then Marcel, there's a lot of other things like my Flamebot. I'm using Space Displacer, or not Space. Yeah, I am using Space Displacer, but I'm using I'm having a brain fart. Streamer Brain, Singularity Harness, because you get both the increase in bot range, but enemies hit by Flamebot also receive double damage. So effectively turning Flamebot into a double damage amp. Plus it tears away a little bit at armored enemies, which is kind of nice, but the big chunk is the increased bot size, so they're more reliable, as well as the double damage amp. Let's see. My sysmods. So I would like to get this up to Ancestral. Substats only 25 for the cannon, but 59% for the multiplier efficiency. And then for the core, that's at 61%. So a little bit farther along in the labs for core. But overall, like, the sys modules are coming along. Probably most of my actual development is going to be into both the core and the cannon bonus. Just seek ways to raising my base damage. Yeah. And there's other things like, you know, if I don't know if you have Super Tower Mastery yet. I've got full coverage on Spotlight. So you can see 90 degrees. Flipster, welcome. And I say welcome to the party a lot, but you already beat me to it. You know, and then of course, you know, there's the labs for damage. I've already have those maxed out. You know, there's a lot. Spotlight is 85% and nice. Nice. You know, and then what are your enhancements at? I think right now my damage enhancement, just the raw damage enhancement, I think is times 3.6. Maybe it's a little higher. I did boost up some stuff before tournament. Oh, project funding. Except starting cash. The only thing I can beat you. That's funny. Yeah, that's one thing that Christian beats me on, is starting cash. Is that 40Q at the moment? Yeah. Yeah, after the tournament I can pull that up. I want to see how far I can go today. Especially because this is the first time I've been pumping up my chronofield radius in a really, really long time. And I kind of want to see where how that's going to affect my tournament performance. I don't have it maxed out yet, so I still have room for growth. But I'm kind of thinking that there's a substantial amount that I've been leaving at the table as a result of not having that maxed out. And some people are maybe a little bit newer to the channel. I've had my chronofield radius at 45 meters for a really long time, because I was worried that it would be a little bit of a foot gun as far as my econ. But it looks like I'm going to have to raise that for tier 19 and 20 farming. Oh, I mean, like, that extra radius that you get for Chronofield, like beyond your tower range. That's the part that I've been stretching out. Yeah, I'll just show you the lab. So I have not finished this one yet. New bracket, yes or no? Yeah, I mean, they've already introduced new enemies. We have fleets. So I think the next move is they're probably going to have to create a new bracket. Which means that there's going to have to be more stone sinks. And so... yeah. My theory is that this next version is going to have to be a big update. Because we'll have to get a new tournament bracket tier. So people are joking around that it might be Mythic Legends, or like Mythic Tournament tier. And then maybe like the next one after that would be Ancestral. New earnings as well, yeah. What I would like to see is if Black Hole Plus, if they turn that into an Econ Ultimate Weapon. Like Econ Ultimate Weapon Plus, I should say. Yeah, the whatever the next version is. 28. I already hit a spot where there's not a whole lot of anything that I can use my medals for. So usually when I hit that point, that's when the next version is going to have a bunch of new medals. A bunch of new medal sinks. And it's going to have to be quite a bit. I don't know if raising the levels on what we currently have is going to be enough. But that probably needs to happen. New tournament tier. New stone sinks. So I'm guessing it's probably going to be on the... And I know eventually they want to expand more stuff with guilds. But I don't know if that's going to be in this next update. I know they've been expanding their team, but is that expanded team going to be enough to handle all of those tasks? I don't know. I think raining levels is kind of lazy. Yeah. I mean, new enemies is generally kind of a nerf, but it has to bring along a carrot at the same time. So I don't know what... I think introducing new enemies would be just too early. Is kind of my thoughts and feelings on that. And I'm guessing if they do have new stone sinks, it's probably going to be a, like, side grades. But who knows, maybe there won't be new stone sinks and we can actually finish out, assist mods in, V28. Is your test for last stream for Cloud Fun went, good? Actually, I thought the coin difference was going to be a little bit different. I've got more tests that I want to do with UgPhone throughout the month, but I might not be able to stream all of those. Yeah. I mean, if I'm reaching like 5, 6K, That is well beyond in Discord getting toxic. Oh, that sucks. Like toxic just because of needing those new brackets? I'm usually not on the subreddit or the main tower Discord, so I'm not seeing that. But everyone on like my server has been really chill and helpful and whatnot. Oh, I totally missed the said it before that reroll shards are important because the position. This one was gonna be important. Yeah. I blew so many reroll shards. It's insane. And AGR, I need to figure out something as far as like music for no. AGR is for AGR Winter. A cool new nickname. Always complaining on the about brackets. Okay. So yeah, if there's a lot of complaints going around, it's probably gonna start forcing him to make a new bracket or a new tournament tier. Oh yeah, for sure. I want the game to grow as well. Both in like the free-to-play section as well as like, the end game as well. My big question to myself is, when am I going to stop developing assist mods and then save for the next version? Because that's one of the big things that kind of bit me on this version, is I didn't have nearly as many stones saved up as some other people did. So I wasn't able to compete as highly as some people were able to. When they're stuck in lower legends and yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I haven't had the chance to fire up LD Cloud yet. The person I was talking to at LD Cloud hasn't responded, so I don't know if they work there anymore or if like something happened to them. And LD Cloud, all of their support is through Facebook, and I don't use Facebook. So I don't know what direction I'm gonna go on. I might just have to pay out of pocket to finally try to test it. But I tried not to use Facebook, so in the long run, I probably personally wouldn't use no. Currently I'm using LD Player. But I'm going back and forth between using UG Phone and LD Player. But right now it seems like the coin gains are pretty comparable. But I just need to test if those little bit of lag spikes are what's causing me to not be able to finish my intro sprints in tier 19 and tier 20. Oh yeah, the the variance is absolutely insane. And there's definitely going to be a huge amount of variance if they release new brackets. Because it's going to be like, okay, how many of the big, you know, the top 100s are going to be in my bracket? You know, when you start promoting up to that next, whatever the next tier is. But hopefully they expand out a lot in version 28 as far as what keys can be used for. Well, let's see what is it for keys in my bracket. So let's see, view prizes. If you want to get a key, you need to be 13th to 15th place. 13th place is, oh, this guy is lucking out. It's not too bad. There's a huge jump in there. So about 665. What do you have left for keys? Right now I do have 100 keys on me. I didn't realize until earlier, after I fired up the tournament, but I can pull up a bunch of those once this tournament run is done to get for a meaningful impact. It's probably mostly going to be yeah, you're like meaningful impact. That's a hard one. Because the Defy Death is like 2% of what you already have. It's not a plus 2% from what I've heard. So that kind of shoots the meaningfulness of the Defy Death Volt upgrade in the foot quite a bit. Yeah, it'll probably be just for some of the smaller econ related stuff. And then after that, I'm probably just gonna save. Maybe I'll do like a damage one here or there, like a crit factor, because I can double dip with crit factor. But yeah, it's all power tree stuff. Yeah, I have all the harmony tree related stuff that I want. Which is nice. So far, but never mind. There was always that one player that got more waves. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you can luck out and kind of get up there, but it's... yeah. And then I did accidentally leave Summon on for better or for worse, so that's probably feeding a little bit into my damage, but at the same time it's spawning enemies, which may or may not be good for this run. I don't know. Let's see, making sure you weren't talking to somebody else. Oh, and I missed Emmy's comment. Big question, card mastery or assist mods? Card mastery is probably not going to cost you as much. But there's some few things that, like, if you wanted to start dipping into Black Hole Digester while still using G-Comp, you know, there's fun combos that you can do with that. I can't believe I missed that comment. Damn. But as far as keys earned, I don't know if that was kind of the question so far, but 2,820 to date. And then, yeah, Bots are pretty much maxed. So, yeah. And then on top of that, I've got 9,000 medals left. So there's going to have to be some, like, big medal sinks that are coming up. Because right now it's like golden bot's not going to do anything. Because you're not making coin in tournaments. So, yeah. Buy all the gems. Nah. Nope. Not gonna do that. No, I'm just gonna hoard them. And eventually there's going to be a metal sink. They're just gonna have to. Actually, I'm curious because I think I've only done 1 or 2. Oh, I think I've... Oh, no, not this. So I think I've only total spent 40 medals on anything other than bots and themes and the songs, of course. So probably whatever I have plus 40 is probably the cap. I might have made 2 purchases of stones, but I think generally I was able to hold off on not using them to buy other things. But that's life. Hey. You know, it seems like some people are jumping into that. And if it works out, then... yeah, assist mods really threw a wrench in the equation. Or at least the unlocks of them. So you can really do some fun combos with that. I've got a few times that it looks like they're able to peel through some of my inner landmines for SD, but seems like it's maintaining it pretty decently. Some of the landmines when they spawn, it looks like they stun enemies and give them issues over here. I need a tower in my status to compare. Yeah. That's part of why I like doing the comparison monthly videos with Greeny. So you can both look at each other's tower and go, oh, this is what he's doing right, this is what he's doing wrong. Steven, welcome. Is winter still busy? As far as work goes, yeah, it's been pretty busy. Friday was slow for some people, but that's kind of typical Friday. Some people were working extra hours, some people are just not going to attend appointments. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Once January rolls around, maybe it'll slow up a little bit more. It hasn't been snowing too much here. Like a little bit, but the roads are relatively clear. And enemies seem to be maintaining a pretty decent distance. So I'm probably getting some really good Spotlight Plus damage right now. Who's ahead of you now? She's ahead of you now and completing chain long-term investments. Yeah, I don't know. And Flipstar, I'm assuming that you meant Greenie being farther ahead as far as like his investments into assist mods. I'm assuming that's what you meant. But yeah. To me, I want a part 2 of the review video. Oh, man. I've got a lot of other videos I need to catch up on too. I'm hoping it slows up so I have a little bit more time to do stuff. And like what Mr. Flipstar said, like assist mods before Ultimate Weapon Plus, you know, that's a great, fantastic question. Like if somebody's at that point, what do they do? And I probably need to sit down and like crunch some numbers and try to figure out, okay, here's a variety of like different strategies that people could use, but I just haven't done that at that point in the game. So I have some learning that I would have to do as well. All right, 300 waves to go. Hopefully more. Maybe 600. We'll see. Hopefully not 200. And I need to grab a little bit more to drink here. I'm going to toss some stuff in the trash, and I will be right back. Got to sleep. If you're ever down for a round 2, round of Civ 2, let me know. I haven't played Civ in ages. Civ 2, I don't even know if that would run on my OS. Actually, I don't even know if I, there are emulators now. I don't even know if I have Civ 2. I don't think I do. You know, I played, Civ 1 on, oh, what OS was it? Like, original Windows, I think? But, sorry about the can opening there. But I didn't play it for a really long time after that. So I'm pretty sure I've got Civ, was it 4 and 5? But, yeah. But at least it sounds like they kept the Gandhi bug in there. So if you progress too far, Gandhi becomes a nuke crazed dictator. That'd be something that would be funny. Like, if we could resurrect Gandhi and show him Civilization game What would what would be his opinion of that? Seeing a version of himself, you know, progressing the game, and then there's a bug that causes him to be crazy with using nukes. Would he get a chuckle out of that, or would he be horrified? I don't know. Actually, same thing with a lot of historical figures. Japanese animation likes to change a lot of characters. He just would be hungry. Well, if he was resurrected and he was still skinny, but most of the images are when he, you know, he starved himself for the protests and stuff. Okay, bad jokes. Coup. So, what was it? Coup as in like, the Celtic hero, I believe. Man, if I could stretch out my orbs to like tear through the enemies, like way out here, that would be amazing. I don't think it's gonna let me. Alright, Flipster. Or Flipstar. I was entering an E in there inappropriately. I will see you later. I should type that out. Yep, still going. I should be able to pull off at least another 200 waves, I think. And then Greeny's sitting at 6.3k. So maybe 200 to, what is it, like 500 waves left to go? I'm guessing somewhere in there. Unless I did something so immaculately wonderful that, you know, pushes me even farther. But I don't think that's the case. There's some issues I feel with my build that I could still improve. Twelfth with 767 was cool. I hope you maintain that and get some keys. Because what is that? I think that's is that 4 keys that you get out of that? Okay. And that was totally a guess too. I haven't looked at those. I just look at the top end keys and I'm like, I must get the top end. Must get top end. $17. Yeah, it's bracket luck. Sometimes you just get a really bad bracket. But I do find that it's kind of crazy how much people have progressed and what kind of waves we're pulling right now. Because when we first got Legends, I think like the top end was in maybe like the 1000s. Not even really much beyond that. And now we're just way beyond that. It was like 6th place. Yeah. Yeah, bracket luck is is a big thing. It's funny. As soon as Flamebot hit that one boss, it just boom got vaporized. Went from like half health to nothing. Let's see how that commander holds up. It's obviously with the commander, I'm not getting things like plasma cannon hitting it and other tools. It's just like the raw damage. So this is kind of interesting to watch to see how long that that guy's gonna hold up. He's holding up pretty well, and looks like he's got some that might be a ray in there. That might be dangerous. I'm going to do this. Yeah. The blue fireworks, which is actually an extremely common question. That's Flamebot. Demon Killblow or card slot or Demon Killblow. Are we talking about like Demon Mode Mastery? I think card slots wait. Oh, Harmony. Okay, so so demon mode if they kill you kind of thing, I believe. How many more card slots can you buy with gems? And then if you did get a okay. I wouldn't go for the kill blow, just the automation, I would say, since you're on the tighter end of things, is probably more important. If you did get another card slot, what would you put in that card slot? That's my next question. And depending on what you would put in that card slot, but for both your farming setups or your tournament setups, that's probably where your answer. What range is this on? Let's see. Nuke, death ray, or landmine stun. So are you dealing with ultimate prots yet? Or what's killing you? Are prots giving you issues at all? Or are rays giving you issues? Well, what's one of the big things that's killing you? Or is it just fleets in general? Because they're obnoxious? Ooh, and I didn't even realize I lost some energy shield charges. When did that happen? I wasn't paying attention. Damn. It was probably an overcharge that just sniped through everything. Ray fast arranged. Okay. Do you already have the nuke mastery as well as the automation for that? Well, the card slot for, let's see. Nope. Okay. Just going back to your first question in there. So faster range, unless they're like an ultimate variant, shouldn't be giving you any issues with in farming runs. So I'm assuming that is in tournaments. Raids are going to be a whole nother bundle of issues that you've got to deal with. Both. Do you not have permanent black hole? Or do you have a gap in your black hole timing? Because that should be crowd controlling those enemies. Unless it's a prot that's assisting fast range to ding into you. And at which point it would be kind of a question between like, okay, are we going for nuke mastery or are we going for to help with raise and slowing down their attack speed? Or would we be going with automation for... Oh, sorry, yeah. Let's see. Black hole duration, and no substat, I'm assuming. So, yeah, that's probably your weak point then. As far as stones. So that should help, at least for farming, getting that last click, which I actually had to get recently myself. That'll help with the fast and the ranged, which leaves you with raise as your main issue. But you're still at tier 13 farming. Poor thing. Yeah, I'm thinking probably card slot. And then try to get the nuke automation. So you would save keys for card slot, nuke automation. You're gonna lab for nuke mastery after you get that, but you get black hole first. Get that last duration of it. And then get nuke mastery. Now that last tick of black hole, in tournaments, what I would do is I would stagger your Thunderbot, or you could just stagger your black hole with your Thunderbot. So once one ends, the other one starts, and you've got sort of a pseudo coverage during that downtime. And that's something, honestly, right now I should be doing. Okay. That would actually probably help my run. Maybe. We'll see. I just fired it up, so we'll see what it does. I want to make sure that it's not ramping enemies. Should I get wave acceleration mastery or intra-sprint mastery? Intra-sprint mastery is fun. Like you're gonna have more fun with. Yeah, maybe black hole wasn't a good idea. I'll turn that off. That was a bad idea. That was a bad idea for these tournament conditions. Intro Sprint Mastery is so much fun, though. You're just like, here's tournament. Zoom. And you just boom to done, and I do have Intro Sprint Mastery Lab 3. Oh, okay. So you've already you already picked up Intro Sprint Mastery. And it's also nice with Intro Sprint Mastery, you can get a gauge of like, okay, how healthy is this run? So if you need to back out, wait, why is Black Hole being on? Oh, so I realized that it's like, oh, we've got the negative duration, which I think might hit would hit fast. So what I'm trying to use is more of the Chrono Field Plus effect as far as my crowd control goes. I'm not going to have 100% uptime on that black hole. So let's see here. Ultimate. Okay, yeah. It does affect. So I'm not going to have much uptime on black hole to begin with. So now if I had like a really high black hole plus, maybe that would be okay to use. But I think for me in the scenario that I'm at, it would be a bad idea. And just rely on the Chrono Field Plus. Because with Black Hole, you are pulling enemies closer into your tower. And so that's just going to completely ignore your Chrono Field Plus. So with Chrono Field Plus, I should be getting more uptimes even with fast ultimate. So with Black Hole, right now my duration is 28 seconds because of the ultimate weapon duration. Now what would be interesting is if there was like a 1 second black hole battle condition. That would be kind of wild, because at that point you could actually use Black Hole Plus to just basically have like a little bit of a burst of damage. It'd be interesting. Actually, this actually gave me a really cool idea. So if there was something that would take your black hole duration, divide it by, or the cooldown, divide that by 4, but you only had 1 second of uptime, maybe Black Hole Plus would actually be kind of cool. Or maybe like an 1/8 of the cooldown time. I'll send that to one of the mods. See if that would be something that they would throw in there for a next league of battle conditions to spice things up. So I think that was an overcharge that did that, which is unfortunate, like really unfortunate. So right now I'm thinking in this battle condition, Harmony Conductor might have been a better choice. But I made it to 6k waves, so that's pretty badass. 50% enemy health, 4 times enemy quantity, times 2 cash. That would be like a really fun one. Yeah. Times 2 cash and coins. Actually, now that I think about it, as far as like the enemy quantity, that would make things difficult as far as like running the game. I don't think the game would handle that very well. So that's probably something that they couldn't. But, yeah. Claim my gems. And I have my wall up just in time for this saboteur. Thank you, RNG, for keeping my wall up. And fortunately, this is gonna get spicy. Oh, okay. So that boss went down. This boss is. I'm hoping this ohm chip effect is gonna let me kill the saboteur before it gives me problems. It's gonna get spicy. Oh, it disabled my black hole. Oh, even if you have black hole turned off, the saboteur could disable an ultimate weapon that was turned off. Dude, that was luck. That was mad luck right there. That's actually kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Dude, yeah, for real. For real, that was amazing. That bit of RNG very, very likely saved my butt. Axum, I just had a crazy stroke of RNG where a boss took down my wall. I had a saboteur that came in, started hugging my tower, and instead of disabling something that was important, it disabled the black hole that I already had turned off. Yes, it disabled an ultimate weapon that I had turned off. Oh, man. Dude, the luck of that is just nuts. Ten out of 10, yeah. That was... Usually RNG really messes with you, but in this case, it was... Gotta clap for it. I don't want to clap too loud to, like, deafen you guys, but yeah. That was... That was good. And that boss should just be... Yeah, that boss was just torn up by the orbs on that one. Wow. That guy just like... You got shot forward. As far as the spawn goes. So right now I kind of have my orbs hoping to get bosses or whoever that are stunned. How many waves does second half? I think it's like 3,700 maybe? 3,000 something? So there's a very good distance between me and them. They're probably looking at me like, oh my goodness, this guy's a nut job. A bit, yeah. Ooh. Did I get yep, I got here we go. We got the two big Q. The big 2Q damage. And how much damage does that translate to ultimate weapons? That is 563. I gotta screenshot that. Sorry if that screws up with the stream. I gotta give that to Ryan later on. Oh, sorry, I guess a few people messaged me. Oh, Sleek, I see where your message was about, like, how stuff isn't showing up. But yeah. Warframe has endless survival missions. They used to be meta for farming. Oh yeah, that's how I played Warframe for a long time, and then they really didn't like that. They really didn't like that. Yeah. I played... How should I was deep enough into Warframe when they had raids, which I heard that they took away. I was pretty consistently in raid groups. Usually I was playing Wukong or yeah, Wukong, Necros, or Mirage were my were the big three that I played during the raids. Oh, we got a saboteur. What is he disabling? Is he... Oh, he's disabling my spotlight. See, that's a nasty thing to disable. Like, that's a really nasty... Oh, good. Whew. I'm surprised I didn't take any hits on that one. Disabling spotlight is hugely detrimental. So, being able to actually survive and not take any hits from that is pretty intense. Like to see where your damage enhancement's at. Must be... Yeah, I can pull that up a little bit later too. And then as far as like the assist mods, you know, just for cannon, I'm getting times 13. I'm pretty sure that yeah, that's counted for so I've got that 59%. So that's a big one right there. Yeah, my well's probably gonna fall. Yep, it fell. Ooh, this isn't... Ooh, did we get a... Did we get another... Yep, a Defy Death. Lovely. Amazing. Because I need the Defy Death so bad. So yeah, that'll be a big contributor as well. I'm doing pretty good, actually. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to reach the point that I'm at right now. So I think I've got about 200 more waves or so to catch up to Greenie. I think Silver Bullet is at 6,500. And then Sky is just beyond that at like 7,000 waves or something, because he's insane. Sky's tower is just another level beyond everyone else's. Now, I know that there's some people that, like, some of their development should be really up there as far as, like, their base, spotlight, smart missiles, all of that. But they might have taken a break a little bit from the spending and don't have their sysmods as developed. Okay. Are those bosses? Yep, the bosses are going to kill each other. And I just really need this saboteur to go down. Like, I really need him to go down. I don't want him touching my tower. As he rolls around and just taunts me. I think so right now I've got the damage displayed for saboteurs taking Thorn's damage. Or is there actual music playing? Yes, there's actual music. It's just really low. I don't know why it's as... But yeah, that's the game music. Do you think Chain Plus would have good synergy with post-update away? I mean, it'll help significantly with Raise, for sure. And of course with OA, those two are going to synergize together and make it really easy to knock down Raise. But would I particularly invest in Chain Lightning Plus? There might be some other areas that are better. I mean, right now assist mods are so good. I might not focus onto Chain Lightning Plus if I was in your position. So like I would go like GT Plus, Chronofield Plus, and then like you know, heavily invest into like assist mods and hopefully finish off masteries, stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend it for now. I mean, yes, there is a synergy there, but I don't think I would recommend for people to invest into it. Or at least not right now. Now, if we have a little bit of downtime where everyone can invest into assist mods and get those maxed out. Ooh, things are getting a little spicy. Ooh, I don't know how I was avoiding, I think it's death defies that are saving my butt right now. Otherwise, I should have lost a lot more as far as my, my energy shields. Commander moment. Oh, okay. It wasn't ultimate fast. Man, these bosses are... Oof. I think a little bit of ultimate fast in their moment, too. That was sketch. But I think where I'm at right now, I might actually be able to hit top 10. Maybe. Don't quote me on that, but I think I might be in top 10 with how much I've done so far. And if RNG continues to smile upon me, maybe I can go even further. But that's going to be very, very highly dependent on top 10. You must have an insanely tough bracket. No. Like top 10 globally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like I think it's you one of those ghosts. I'm one of those nut jobs. What is my ELS at? So that's where it's at right now. So 89.5% for enemy health level skips. And then yeah. And then the attack level skips is at 87.9, and the difference is mostly because of my my vault. I haven't put as much in the vault for enemy attack level skips as I have for enemy health level skips. So that's actually something that I may or may not do. I don't know. I don't think at this point it'll make much of a difference. Maybe it will. I mean, with the number of waves that I'm if I check my ultimate weapons, we want to look at all the big ultimate weapon damage. 9-0. Well, it's gonna be really sexy once I get a Defy Death. And this goes to 2 big Q. There was a sab. I was distracted by chat. Hopefully they just disabled Black Hole again. That was freaking amazing. And I can't believe I'm almost at full energy shields. Like this is bonkers. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I know that this could disappear very, very quickly. Like very, very quickly. But yeah, which mods are you using for tournament? So I'm using Death Penalty Assist, and then Amplifying Strike for my cannons. Amp Strike on the primary. I've got oh, they took out an energy shield. Bummer. Oh, they took out 2 of them. Oh, it's an overcharged. That's why. These guys are turds. This could get spicy. How much damage is the... Oh, we got the overcharged. But will I survive the aftermath that the overcharge wrecked on me? That's a question. As far as like what I'm dying to, most likely it's going to be a overcharged. Those are the biggest threat by far. I mean, as you can tell, like all of my overshields just ate through all my shields. Yeah. I mean, they just troll you. And it doesn't matter if like you could actually survive the hit. They will take the energy shields before they will actually take damage out of your health. As far as like your tower health. I mean, they'll take chunks out of your wall. But, you know, that's the only thing that's saving you from it, yeah. And I don't have the lab done for reducing the energy shield penalty. So if I had that, I don't know if I'll be able to recharge these shields fast enough to make any difference. Is there a place to stop Sysmas, or just keep up your econ and see if it's good spot? Yeah, overcharge said no to your shields. Right now I don't know rubber duck sauce. I think that also depends on how far you already have CF Plus developed. Ooh, that was that got sketch. And then I got, oh no. There goes my my second win. Oh. Now, okay, here's the big question. Will I be able to survive to get another energy shield charge? Is that second win going to do anything for me? Or am I just going to get yeeted right now? Okay, I got I got a wall up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to kill that boss though. Those inner landmines are keeping it off my wall, but that might change here in just a... Oh. Am I gonna lose that? Yep, I lost my wall. Damn. The guy in my tournament beat me by 1. Oh, that's painful, man. I feel you though. I've been there. You're like, no, by 1 wave. And the dirtiest one is if they'll do it like once tournament brackets are closed, so you can't enter again. Like those are the ones that get me. That I'm like, oh, you bastard. Like I can't go back and rerun. Okay. So I'm gonna look up. Let's see, where does that land me? Globally. Let's see the tower. Lol. Defense percent lab anytime soon. Not anytime soon. I would need a lot more stuff done before I consider that one. So right now with this wave count, I would be right behind Greeny in 6th place globally. No, absolutely a great run. Watch Sky's gameplay. Sky keeps to himself. I know he's extremely busy. There's a lot of stuff that he's got on his plate, and he stepped back from Discord so that he could do the things that he needs to do in his life without losing as much sleep and all that stuff. So I don't think so. So yeah, that's that's my bracket, and here I just need to let yeah, that was crazy. Oh yeah, I was going to we're gonna look at enhancements as well. So as far as my enhancements for damage for my tournament setup, let me go back to I'm glad I got a different one. 6 globally. That's a global position. So yeah, so damage is 3.6 times. I've got a crit factor at 3.7 times. So if I get an ultimate weapon crit, that'll be a little bit... I'm double dipping on crit factor. Yeah. Let's see, was there anything else? Oh, I did need to jump over. Let's check out the vault here. So we're going to go over to the power tab. And then as far as things that I would possibly... Yeah, always more into crit damage. Crit damage usually scales up as far as labs go. Also a little bit better. Catch up in a few decades. So Greeny and I are going to be working on our progress update later in the day tomorrow. Let's see, what do I... Oh, I kind of want orb speed for econ. I can't do any more of that. It's too bad that the rapid fire chance doesn't actually increase like your attack speed. That's kind of an unfortunate one. And it's unfortunate that they had to go up through the middle and grab this because it does nothing for me. Probably does nothing for the vast majority of go for interest. No. Heard it's getting, but yeah, I know that there was theories of like, yeah, they want to make interest more interesting, but I don't know if they're gonna go that way. Borrow 0 keys on it. Okay, so let's see here. Part of me wants maybe more thorns damage, or do I want more orb speed? Orb speed? Orb speed sounds nice. Just looking through my other options. I mean, on one hand, I do want to get this, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it's orb speed is make it worth with. Yeah, they would have to have like GT and black hole synergize with that somehow, and it just doesn't. And I think part of the cap that they have built into it really hinders it as well. But because they have labs to increase the cap, they kind of shot themselves in the foot as far as like doing more with it, unless they like create a completely different system that relies on interest, in which case maybe, but it would be like a complete rework of how interest functions in the game, I think. This is a tough choice. Like, I think, yeah, I'm just gonna roll with orb speed. Boom, done. And then, yeah, as far as everything else, just time to, let's see. Now let's see that orb speed. All right, let me get my farming spec up here. Let's see. Yep. Now where's my other chain lightning? Wait, did I have... Okay, no, this is... So just that make a cash converter with them. Yeah. Actually, no, I had just spent... I had 70 million reroll shards, and I spent it down to this point. So that's actually after I spent them down. I'm brain farting right now. Probably because I'm going back and forth between two different things and my brain's like, I can't think. I'm gonna give tier 19 another shot. I haven't done it since I've been working on this current lab. So I think that's something I should probably revisit. Let's see, which one is... Okay, yeah, this is for my assist. Econ setup, ready to go. Let's see here, got that. I don't know if I think it's this setup. Yeah. No, I didn't switch ACP. ACP is still in there. So, that's still in there. I just put in, I took out the SD and put in, orbital augment. So let's see, making sure I'm not forgetting anything. We got that. Let's see here. Oh, I need to... I'm using ACP for both tournament and farming, so I don't have a difference. And I do have orb speed on my anti-Q portal, as well as my orbital augment, which right now is only at 50% substat efficiency, so I could get that a little bit higher, but that'll take some time. But yeah, let's check out some extra orb speed here. How fast do the orbs go? I have no idea. Let's see. Let's see. We want to... Yeah, I'll just keep it there. That's fine. And then I need to take off the swamp stun. And because of all the other random shenanigans on my screen, it is really hard to tell. They go pretty fast to begin with, but... Oh, shoot. Orb speed stat. Orbs go brr. Let's see here. So let's check out orb speed stat. So my orb speed is 17.24. That's actually pretty, yeah, it is. And then what's remaining is the enhancement. I need to do that, and then I need to finish up the substat. Oh, sorry, no, the enhancement would be for orb size, not orb speed. But I do want bigger orbs because they look amazing. What's your favorite weight count you farm on? So right now, tier 19 has not been reliable. So I've been farming on tier 18. Now, after doing some of my labs for Chronofield to increase the range a little bit more, that might be a little bit more viable. To do tier 19 and possibly 20 here once I finish up Chronofield range. Yeah. Having big orbs is amazing. Do you know what Sky farms? I don't know how many waves, but I'm pretty certain he probably farms on tier 20. Yeah, I don't think anyone's farming on, I don't think even Sky is farming on, tier 20, 21, I mean. But 20 I could see. Surprised you've had issues. I've been farming it for a few weeks now. Because I haven't finished, this. I've had this devoed for so long that, I think that's what's holding me. This and between ultimate fast, them speeding up enemies to be able to, you know, engage me faster, I think is the biggest problem, and I need this maxed out to be able to deal with that. But you can see in like let's see, this is tier 18. Like, it'll just end me before I finish my intro sprint. So I think actually having let's see. Let me check out something. I might want to just not devo my damage for this. How many fleets do you usually kill in a farm? Good question. So if I'm doing like a tier 18 farm, let's find out. Enemies destroyed. So saboteurs, commanders, and overcharge. So let's see, that's about 95. So 135. That's in tier 18. Now if I could farm tier 19 more reliably, that would probably be better. And if I could farm tier 20, it would be even better than that. Should help damage slayer down to 10 to make it through. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll give that a shot. I'm always down for learning new things, so let's give that a shot. But yeah, with tier 20, you're getting like double the amount of fleets as like tier 19, and then like double than what you're getting in tier 18. So it cranks up. So hopefully, if I get to the point where I'm like farming tier 20, I'm making very, very good reroll shards at that point. In return tier 10, I'm getting around. Oh yeah. I'm getting to like double the waves of that. Right after you get close enough, I need so during your intro sprint, demon mode is disabled, as well as well, all three of these buttons are disabled. But usually as soon as I hit canceling it, I try to get it so that I can, as soon as it hits 18, I'll use demon mode first for the damage, and then hopefully around 19 or so, like 1950, I'll hit nuke. And that way they're kind of staggered. I can't always do it, especially during the week when I'm super busy. Yeah. But yeah, you could, but if you're canceling intro sprint early, then you're kind of not able to really benefit from it like you would probably like to. I just want to see where the perks are at. Okay, I've got a -50, so that's not bad. I do need the black hole duration so I can get permanent black hole. And then return my down to... Oh, okay, so you don't maintain it at -10, you just... Got it. I'm hoping to get to a point where I can do, like, just set it at a lower... Like, what's the lowest point that I could survive? Actually, I might be able to do a little bit lower, I think. Because I did pile up on a bunch of smart missile cooldowns. So I'm hoping, because I've got the quantity of smart missiles constantly going out and the consistency, that hopefully that would keep enemies at bay. I don't know. 2 fleets only because I went back to tier 6. I wouldn't imagine going back to like that early in the game and then a fleet shows up. That would be so intimidating. Like, you're just sitting here and it's like, here's boss level health and I don't have anything specifically to counter it, other than it's just going to take a lot of damage and annoy me. There's intro sprint is throwing on a range card for Spotlight Plus. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the point where it's as AFK as possible. I mean, yeah. All right, Sleek. I'll catch you later. Hit the nuke on me. Ultra Sleek. Oh, it looks like it works. It looks like Ultra Sleek works okay. What's your average wave count? So that's the biggest problem, is it hasn't been like consistent at all. If I do survive, let's see if I still have a record of that. I think my top was almost like 3Q an hour, like big Q an hour. Let's see here if I can see that. It was like 2.9. Oh, here it is. So this is a good run that I did in tier 19. I think I should be able to do a little bit more than this, and I think with expanding out chronofield range, that will also help the wave count. So hopefully I'm closer to like 3Q an hour once things are working properly and more consistently. And I think I should be able to hit like 6K waves. Should be able to. Hopefully. Yeah. The only other possibility that I'm worried about is hiccups in the game emulation. And if it's hiccuping and enemies are teleporting into my tower, then that's a problem. And that's where I'm going to see how this run goes, as well as, you know, once I max out chronofield range, switch to UG phone. And like if I'm still having issues with consistency, switch over to UG phone, see how it performs over there. And if I'm not getting the hiccups like I am on the emulator, then that's where it's going to be like, okay, this is where like the big selling point will be like, okay, these hiccups, even though it's not affecting maybe your coin count, it'll like be reflective of enemies sneaking past because of lagging in the emulation. And teleporting enemies, because we don't need those. But so far it looks like this run's going well. Not getting... Yeah, UG phone is another cloud phone. So, I think last year I was using... no, early this year, I was using Redfinger, but they did some optimization, so... like before on Redfinger, I was getting like double the... Or no, 50% boost to my coin. New free-to-play player here. It was absolutely insane. How's there stuff for me to upgrade? Oh, dude, there's tons of stuff for me to upgrade, man. I mean, different stuff than what you have to upgrade, Sam, but yeah, there's a lot. Now, the return on investment's not as good as like the stuff that you get right now, but it's been great. And then later on this month, I need to figure out a way to contact LD Cloud support. I really don't want to jump on Facebook, but I might have to. in order to contact them and find out what's going on with their team. And then get things going as far as LD Cloud goes. And then do a comparison video. And just go through like, okay, this is what I've experienced on each one. You know, your guys' experiences may be a little bit different, but yeah. And I don't think anyone needs to go for like the more expensive ones, because the game itself runs on 2 cores, majority. So anything beyond that, you're probably actually not utilizing those cores, unless Tech Tree changed some stuff. But yeah. Just spoiler, like not having so like UGphone has their support built into their little app. So like if you're using, I'm using the Windows version of the app for them. You know, they have their support right there. Versus LD Cloud, you have to go to Facebook. I don't. That's a turnoff for me. I use Waydroid emulator. Only issue is I can't click those floating gems for some reason, although I can click everything else. That's weird. I know for some of the cloud phones there's a delay, so you might want to do like a counterclockwise click. So just assume where you're clicking may not be where you actually need to click, and just do like a counterclockwise circle with like clicks, just you know, all the way around, and that might allow you to click the floating gems. And it's just probably because assuming that it's a cloud phone, it runs locally on my computer. It's not a cloud service. Oh yeah, that is weird. Yeah, I would probably jump off of that one then, if you're having that kind of an issue. Because gems are really important. And even if it's only like 2 gems each time, you know, everything adds up. LD Cloud, or LD Player that I'm using right now, I've had good experiences as far as like other emulators not working, or having like really severe compatibility issues. So that's why I like that. And then using OS Link to connect to it. Like if I'm at work, I can use my cell phone to just connect. How much a month would cloud service set you back though? Let me look. So, so let's say you wanted to get a 1-year subscription to a cloud phone. Whoa. Well, I guess UGphone just crashed on me, but it was about $75 for a year. There's probably sales on all of them. I know Redfinger you can get for like pretty discounted when they have their sales. So they'll probably have like a Black Friday and like a New Year's. And then they've got some like other, I think like Chinese holidays that they'll do sales on. So it's pretty often. But unfortunately, when I was using it, after a while, it hit a point where I could connect to the cloud phone, but the cloud phone itself was not connecting the apps to the internet. So I couldn't play the tower on the cloud phone because the app was just not connecting, and it was pretty frustrating. So even though you might get a good discount on Redfinger, you might lose access to actually playing any games on it or using it, even though you can technically access it. Costs less than per year. I'll just try and figure out why I can't click the phone. Dude, use a different emulator. Seriously. So that sounds like a pretty bad problem. There's other issues that you might be running into, and I don't want to talk about those. And if you are using other issue things, then that will give you issues too. So I would recommend you don't. Yeah, catch me on Discord, Sam. Oh, dude. So much more. Let's see, have you tried to replace a device button on Red Finger for a different issue? At the time, they didn't have that option. At this point, my Red Finger phone expired, but at the time, they didn't have that option. So it's good that they do have that now. I know UGG phone does have that option, so if you're having issues, you can do that and you can fix it. It's a little bit weird with like the Windows app. It's a lot more apparent on like the phone apps for it. That's a lot more accessible. And it might have been a thing also because I was using Red Finger through the browser versus I think eventually they released an app for it. Does it bog my mind how a game in this series doesn't have a native Steam for it? Yeah, that's fair. I don't know why they don't. And I think it uses Unity, so I don't see why there would be an issue. But maybe that's something that they're working on. I know Steam does take a bite out of things, so maybe it's the... maybe they don't want Steam taking that bite out of the profits. And they would just rather have people emulate it and... yeah. That's a good good thought. Oh no, I don't care if you lose some profits. No, I'm just trying to think of like, why would they possibly not? And on one hand, it's like, well, they could definitely push probably like more players onto the game if they're using Steam. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they do, which is absolutely why they went to the web store. And why they also have like a slightly better profit cut if content creators that have codes, if people use those. So by the way, if you're making any purchases in the game, that's my creator code. It helps me not only whale a little bit in the game, but I also take a percentage of the whatever I bring in and do giveaways with it. So it's probably not going to pay for what I spend on the game, but you know, I always try to give a percentage of everything back to the community, because if you guys are supporting me, I think I should support you guys in return. Yeah, it would. Yeah, just make sure to put in my code. It'll say you're supporting Crowbar Zero, and yeah. An ads free pack, like it make. I don't know how you could enjoy the game without the ads free pack. Anything else, I think you can enjoy the game, the progression, and all of that. But the ads free, like just having to do the ads is just, it's agonizing. Yeah, the ads free pack is, you can play the game and you don't get harassed anymore. That's where it's at, kind of. So there's I'll show you in a little bit when the button pops up, but it'll be like watch ads for like 5 gems, and it usually appears where you can see where my mouse is at on the left in the middle. And so once you get the no ads pack, it removes that, so you can just click it and you can get your gems. And then for like tournaments, if you need to rerun tournaments, like a second time, you don't need to watch an ad to rerun that tournament. So it just completely wipes out all the ads. Could you play the game without ever clicking that? I mean, you would get the Bob gems, as they're called, the ones that kind of circle the tower. That only gives you 2 of them, and they're a lot less frequently. So as far as like, yeah, no ads pack is, I think, hands down the most value if you're ever gonna spend like a little bit on the game to enjoy it. It just makes it hassle free. Yeah, no, they absolutely are. And then sometimes they just don't give you credit for watching them, and they're incredibly frustrating. Like I absolutely hate them. So that was one of the first things I got. I played for like a few days. I think it was like 1 day, and I was like, I can't stand this. And I bought the no ads pack, no regret. Yeah. 6767 wall health. Yeah. And then with those gems, you know, you can get modules, you can get card slots, you can get lab slots, especially starting out the game early on. You want to get those lab slots pretty early on, as well as, you know, card slots and those cards. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And then from there, it's just like playing, you're enjoying your progression. And if you decide that you want to spend more after that point, that's up to you and how you want to engage the game. But you can enjoy the game hassle-free with just the no ads pack. And yeah, just as you said, just kind of like, this is the price of the game. And then as far as like other games, if you want to play, if you enjoy idle games, Here's some other ones that I play. So that first one, you can play completely free to play. It's very, and if like you want to spend something, it's just for cosmetics. So I really like that game. I haven't spent anything on it. I probably should just to support the dev, but that one's really fun. So recently, so yeah. Other games. Let's see. Shoot. Ironwood RPG is a browser-based game. Yeah. Another one, for the most part, you really don't have to spend much of anything at all if you want to play it. I spent a little bit in Ironwood, but I didn't spend nearly as much in that I have here. And that one's pretty idle. And then Bonzo was asking me earlier, like, what other games do I play? And sometimes I'll have, it'll be either Unnamed Space Idol or it'll be Rusty's Retirement. And that one is, it basically takes like either the side of your screen or the bottom of your screen. So not the whole screen. And it's just like a little farming game and idle-ish for the most part. Yeah, it's pretty chill. And if you know somebody with ADHD, they generally jive really, really well with that game. It'll probably be one of their favorite games, actually. Because they can do all the other stuff that they want to do and bounce around and, you know. Yeah. But those are two of the games I play that they've got some pretty decent life to them. And they play more on the idle side versus games like Idle Slayer, which you actually have to be pretty active in that game. I feel maybe very, very late game, but I played decent enough time into that I wasn't going to go anywhere unless I was active in that game. And there's some other games that are more on the... They say that they're idle, but they're more clicker kind of flavor. Somebody's respawning me for... It seems to, like, the longer you play, the more idle it becomes. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Oh, that's a cool GIF. How does Intro Sprint last so long? Because of Intro Sprint Mastery. Yep. And it looks like, yeah, I need a little bit more, maybe -10 is not good. I'm going to pull up the card here in just a moment. So with the mastery, that times 18. I don't know. I'm just messing around with some of the damage settings. I don't know if so. Yep. Looks like I'm just kind of capped here. Let's see, -10. Doesn't look like the damage is going to change much for me. And let's see, have I got picked up? Okay, I do have black hole duration, so that should be good. Damage your projectiles. Why would you? Yes, it gets. So part of it is you want enemies to be drawn closer. You want to kill enemies closer to your tower. So if you kill enemies like way off screen, you're not getting the econ benefits that you could be with a combination of several mechanics when you're killing enemies up close. Now, when you very, very first start, it doesn't really matter, but as you get things like Black Hole with the bonus, so if you're killing enemies in Black Hole, that's a big source. You want enemies marked by Death Wave. You want enemies to be in your coin bot. So there's a lot of stacking mechanics as far as your econ goes that you want. And because of where I'm at the game, my screen is a giant cluster of a lot of stuff happening all at once. And there's like various strategies. So when you first start out, probably the first thing that you want to go for is more like a defensive build with thorns. And enemies will basically fly up and they'll kill themselves on your tower. You can get pretty far early game just basing like your development on that for a while. And so it kind of starts off like tier 1 of the game. You're really heavy on like, yeah, see, getting killed way earlier than I should be. So, and that time it was from a scatter. So I think... yeah. So we're going to do another one, but in this time we're going to up the bounce chance. We're just going to take a ×10 chunk and see what happens. Actually, speaking of that, let me, oh, it didn't even record the, oh, wait. There we go. Okay, and what did I put this at? Bounce, okay, so that's maxed out. I'm gonna look at my band perks here. I think I'm going to change this up. Actually, I am just curious. I want to see if I can do well in tier 20. And I'm just going to chug full damage. Do I have a card preset for this? I might not have a card preset. Let me double check that. So regen's not going to do me anything. Oh, boss is active. Yeah. So I do need the chain lightning damage on scatters as much as possible. So let's see. I mean, I took some damage here. I might take some more damage from the overcharge. Well, it didn't look like they killed me, so that's good. I'm just kind of testing some stuff right now. It may go bad. It probably will. I don't think I have the chronofield range yet to really pull this off. But I might. We'll see. I want to see if I can at least survive the intro sprint. Because if I can survive the intro sprint, maybe I can actually start farming tier 20. I say maybe. What makes it? Yeah, exactly. And even like here, I'm pretty up at the top as far as like how progressed my tower is. I'm still testing. Like when new stuff comes out, it's like, okay, what do I need to do to push for even more? And I know that there's people that are making like more than twice as much coin gains than I am. So I know that there's even more room for me to grow, which is fun. I like that. And it's looking promising so far. Let's see what the heat conditions are. We've got... So fast ultimate is the big thing on why I need more chronofield. Rays shooting faster, that's really obnoxious. Scattered children have more health. I probably need to do some labs to knock this down. Because if the scattered children have less health, that means my chain lightning plus is going to be a lot more effective. As well as just my normal chain lightning damage. And there's lots of like, for Sam, there's lots of, so part of the game is like, okay, how am I going to counter certain enemies? And then some things are just like, how do I just develop everything in general? And for the most part, like early game econ is a good way to go because that'll help you build up your tower from each subsequent run to be even better. And I know what I'm saying is like a lot for a new player. Tier 2, vampires in tier 1. Oh yeah, no, vampires are... I didn't even know that they had vampires in tier 2. Or tier 1. Ten more waves. Nice. Grats, no? Triangle, but no projectors. Oh, okay. There's elites, okay. Are you staying up, honey? Okay. Elites are the triangle enemies? Elites? Why do I have target priority on elites? Yeah, maybe that is a good idea. That is a good idea. I don't know why I took it off. Ooh. Okay, so far so good. So yeah, it looks like maybe cranking up the damage. Make sure I've got range card on when I enter the round. Yeah. Honestly, if I had defense card on, I could probably just take that off too. Probably don't need defense. I'm pretty sure I don't need defense. I will be right back. Like, oh, maybe before I was able to go to wave 100. Now I can go to wave 1,000. You know, and you set those little goals like, hey, I want to do this. I want to accomplish this. And I think that's the biggest thing that keeps it fun. And always trying to challenge yourself to like, hey, I can't do this. What's going on with my build? It's a really complicated game. Let's try to figure out what I can do to min-max. And yeah, I think that's the most enjoyable part. There's some games that are just grindy, but if it's grindy, but you can do even better, you know, or like figure little tricks out here and there, you know, it makes it a lot more enjoyable. Like the equivalent grind in like an MMO, I would get bored of tears. Like I would just be like, nah, I just not doing this. Buying cards is your doormate and you are both playing the tower. And if you just started, yeah, go for like full turtle thorns build and just watch your progress just for that first chunk of the game there. You'll be like, oh, I'm a wave 100. Now I'm wave 400, you know, on the next run, and then 1,000. It ramps up quite a bit. It's cool. And oh man, I can't believe that I've actually survived this long. Yeah, absolute defense isn't all that great, and it loses a lot of value. It's still useful, but it's not like, oh, like it is in tier 1. And then eventually it progressively loses more value the higher you go. So things like defense percent is significantly more important. Yeah, no, I can't use it at all at my stage of the game. I mean, you look at enemy damage of, let's just max this. So 3S damage versus close to 1 billion. So there's like billion, trillion, and then like all the other layers of all these other numbers that are in the way. Yeah, it's the orders of magnitude beyond what this does is insane. So yeah, it doesn't do anything. And especially once you're doing like tier 20, defense doesn't do anything at all other than like your energy shields. So if they hit you once, it takes an energy shield. Doesn't matter if you can survive it or not. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it just isn't happening. Even with like defense 75% and like my flame bot's like a 95% damage reduction, it's not enough. Ooh, nice. 2 commanders? That was juicy. Oh wait, but I need to hit the end of my intro sprint. Yeah, for you it's going to be absolutely useless early game. Well, once you get to the point where you're trying to transition into like a hybrid or like a full glass cannon build, which is much later in the game, that's when that becomes extremely useful. And if you're wondering why my health is increasing, every time those little red waves go out, it adds more health for each enemy that's hit. And eventually, once you start doing tournaments, you get stones, and that'll get you into ultimate weapons. And early on, if you... Okay. There's no... okay, so... for your first ultimate weapon, what you want to get is Golden Tower. Golden Tower is, like... by far, you want this to be your first ultimate weapon. Also, I wouldn't even buy the no ads pack until you make sure that you have Golden Tower as like your first ultimate weapon, just in case. But things like Golden Tower, oh yeah, that's what I got, and I didn't even know what I was doing. Perfect, yeah. Golden Tower is the perfect like starting ultimate weapon. It gives you more econ. The more you build it, the better it gets. Yeah. And starting out, it doesn't do a whole lot. But eventually you get to the point where you're like, oh, the only time I'm actually making any coin is when Golden Tower is active. And then eventually you start getting stacking bonus from Death Wave. So like Death Wave, it increases your health. Enemies hit by the effect waves give you bonus coins, and so on and so forth. And then later on you get Black Hole, and Black Hole, enemies that are in Black Hole will drop times 11 number of coins. So yeah. And then Spotlight, which is awful expensive to get into, is like a ×3 coin drop bonus. Okay, well, it looks like I was kicked out of my intro sprint early, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm trying to farm tier 20. This was kind of a test run, and I need to finish out my Chronofield range lab, which shouldn't take too long. I've been putting it out for a long time, but for tier 19 and 20, I think it's absolutely necessary to max that lab out. And so I'm doing it. I might have actually, no, yeah, I don't know what knocked me out of the intro sprint, but something did. I may need more range, possibly, but we'll see what I die to. Scatter there seemed to get nuked pretty fast. What other things are in this? Enemy level skips. I really want to work on that. And my nuke went off on its own. On stage of unlocking modules by the look of milestone tab. Do they need coins, stone, or gems? I would say mostly gems. Gems and a little bit of coin. But the majority of progression with modules is through coins. I mean, gems. So it's kind of similar to the card slots, but at least the card slots are limited in the total pool. So once you pull that total pool's number of cards, you'll have completely finished all the cards. That's not the case with modules. So you'll continually be pulling modules for a very, very long time. But getting some basic ones aren't too bad. Once you unlock it. Yeah, I don't think I have the Chronofield range. Yeah, for this. Yeah. It's pretty... It used to not be as dependent on gems as it is now, but yeah, it's... And you get a little bit of a bonus. I think it's a 50%. I'll get on the web store if I can figure out how to... Yeah. Give me just a second. I'll get that for you. Yeah, there's the web store. And you just put in your player ID and yeah. You get a little bit of extra gems also if you make purchases on their web store. And I get a slightly increased percentage as well. So instead of like 3%, it's 5%. So 18Q, that's not too bad. I'm hoping to see this number get up to maybe something closer to the 100Q mark, but I don't know if... No, I didn't survive. So I'm definitely not at the point of being able to survive. This quite yet. I might need a little bit more range. Let me see if I want to... Right now it's been tier 18 because I haven't been able to reliably farm tier 19 or 20. It has helped my farming, but I'm not quite... Like, I need to finish up that chronofuel range lab. Let me... Oh. What did it just remove? What the... Just removed plasma cannon randomly? What the hell? Here, let me try. I'm gonna set up a new spec. Let's see here. Okay. Nope. I gotta drop something so I can get AoE mastery in there. Ultimate weapon crit? Dude, my laptop ran out of battery in the worst possible time. Yeah, no worries. No worries, man. Nice. Thank you. Do I have any defense? I'm gonna see how this goes. I might need ultimate crit. Yeah. I'm always down for, like, answering questions. People have to be, like, severely obnoxious to to get on my nerves. Okay, let's see here. Got that, doing that. Okay, that looks good. Let's add another. Oop. I stretch out my range so slightly. And then, because I stretched out my range, let's get my orbs all the way out there. In some ways, I also have a Discord that's in the description. Yeah, there's tons of helpful people there as well that can answer questions. Because I'm not, like, during the week, I'm usually pretty busy. And, like, I'll be able to answer questions occasionally. But, the week is super busy. And probably for the next like 3 months or so, I'm gonna be working like 10.5-hour shifts, most likely, starting next week. Yikes. So I lost my energy shields already. Wonder if I need more interland mine, or yeah. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are pretty long. Yeah, recently I've got a family of 4 clients coming in, most likely right as I'm closing. Where normally my closing time, which would be like after a 10-hour shift, so... Each person takes about 10 minutes, so 4 people, that lands me about 6:40. Get home at 7. Yeah, pretty much between the drive and everything, probably a good solid 11-hour day. All right, Sam. I'll catch you later. I should probably... Yeah, I'll just leave the stream name as it is. But I know, like, right now, compared to some of the other people that are farming tier 20, my approach is a little bit different from what they're doing. So I think they're going a little bit more stun heavy, versus I'm probably going to be more more focused on trying to deal out just raw damage instead. My puppy was whining. And my wife's like, "You want to go outside?" And she's just like, phew, runs for the door. Actually, I want to check. I gotta test different ranges, but I'm guessing, let's see, how has OA nerf affected my runs in tournament? Yeah, Mossy, no, I didn't have, I didn't see your question earlier. So as far as the OA nerf, I would say probably how I've been playing things, because I didn't lean into the build that some people were able to, because I just didn't have the modules pulled at that time. So I would say overall it's probably a little bit better for me after they did the nerf to try to stop infinity runs. How long until farming tier 21? Probably not until this next version, whatever comes out in that, which I'm guessing is probably going to be a lot of stuff. So, nope, don't want that. Yeah, I think whatever comes out in version 28 is going to be massive. So hopefully they have the staff to be able to dish out the content that they need to be dishing out. Well, so far so good. Looks like expanding out the range has been helpful. I'm suspecting part of this. Let's see. Do they make then you can do they make content faster than you? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. The version before this, a lot of people were catching up, but with the system mods, I don't know if we're going to be able to finish the system mods before this next version comes out. So right now, this range actually seems pretty good. That's a 58 meter range. That's 20. So if this... no, I just took a hit. I shouldn't be taking a hit this early. Time to test out stretching my range even more. I don't want to be stretching my range. Ah, 1 month ago. Okay. So yeah, I think this next version, I hope they'll be expanding the guilds a little bit farther. I don't know what they're gonna do for that. They last I talked to them, or last I heard, I talked to them. Last I read in the notes, it was kind of ambiguous, and they could change their mind at any point. But yeah. So who knows? Hopefully some more free-to-play stuff and stuff for earlier people to access and have fun with. Black Friday packs were insane, and then they'll probably have some pretty chunky stuff for Christmas as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Next enemy, the shape of a heart or a rectangle. Or a circle. How good is Black Hole Plus? It's garbage. It's garbage. For a while there, I was like, well, at least I've got this cool extra visual, but now I've got so much crap all over the screen, like, you can't even see it. So, I'm like, eh. And I just took a bunch of nasty hits just now. But yeah, probably around New Year's, Christmas, there'll be some sort of a deal going on. It should probably be like metals and stones and gems and whatever else. Hopefully they do more. So I was thinking maybe if like they toss down the guild currency. Are the nullifiers at the tower? Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few games that have oh yeah, nullifiers. Warframe. Got it. Yeah. But it's just like they deactivate one of your abilities. Or one of your ultimate weapons. Luckily, the more you have, the less detrimental that is, but it still sucks. If you have your wall up, They just roll around on your wall, but if your wall drops, then they go right to you and they mess you up. Should heal the other enemies. Well, that's effectively what commanders do. They effectively give them like an overheal. And I think it's up to like times 20 of the enemy's health. Except for, I think it's reduced effect on elites. But it doesn't affect other fleets or bosses. But yeah, as far as an enemy that actually just heals, like heals damage that's done, I don't know. Because you're trying to do like a little bit of a ramp up effect as enemies come closer, and then they're doing max damage, kind of like your mid range. Maybe a problem to solve them. It would be a problem for like items that do wave health damage. But I don't know if they'd be able to heal fast enough without doing like an overheal kind of thing. Yeah, protectors feel more like nullifiers. Like if there was like an equivalent to the Warframe enemy nullifiers. I have no idea. No clue. Let's see here. Google AI. Let's see here. If the tower introduced rectangle enemies. What would they do? Let's see. Well, that actually is funny enough. It actually pulls out that there's fast tanks, range protectors, scatters, rays, and vampires. Rectangle disrupting one of the player's core defensive strategies. Wow, that's really vague as far as the IFN or the AI goes. Let's see. The aura or area of denial rectangle. What it does: rectangle enemy creates a rectangular field or aura around itself that actively harms or disables the player's tower or its mechanics. Well, that kind of sounds like a SAB, but with an AoE. The structure or tank rectangle. Knockback immunity, armor layering. That kind of sounds like a tank or a commander. Let's see. Modifies the enemy's formation or pathing near the tower. Nah, that would... Yeah, Google AI didn't come up with anything good. Ooh, you know, this is going pretty well so far. I'm taking some damage, but I'm surviving the intro sprint. But it looks like I might need more Defy Death to maintain yeah. And that's a problem, having to rely on Defy Death for this. And give it a 6th lab slot. Lab plus. I could see that. Well, actually, wait a second. No, they gave us cells. So I think if effectively that's our lab plus. Well, the more damage it takes, the more it heals surrounding enemies on death. Maybe? I don't know. It looks like I failed my intro sprint with this build. That sucks. Yeah, I think I need to get that last. Finish up this lab. Because that'll be 6 more meters that lab. That might make a difference. Saying I do have black hole durations, so that's good. How much my econ? I've got all of those. The hell? Oh, it probably got a new perk, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna use Nuke Mastery just to lessen the chance that they're gonna hit me. Kind of bummed that it took me out of my intro sprint. And I should stop checking that. There we go. Rename this. I leave Chronofield Plus on. Even though I know that the black hole is going to pull enemies into it. But yeah. I was starting to get really tired too. Oh. I think I probably need to start wrapping up here. Probably need to get some lunch too. I have not eaten. And I just realized that it's almost 2:30. And I died, so yeah, tier 20 is not happening for the time being. That's a bummer. Anyway, I think I will get going. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and catch you later.